Welcome Ninjas to the first ever YouTube video from Modern Ninja. I'm so hyped to get this YouTube channel started, and no better way than to start off with a banger video showing you guys how to get shredded as fast as possible, as quick as possible, in a year, less than a year, maybe 6 months, 3 months, all depending on what point you're starting at right now. I'm going to be using myself as an example to show you guys that this is something that is factual. I'm going to show you my starting point, so what I looked like when I started, what I looked like after 6 months when I was fully shredded, fully ripped, and what I look like now to show you that this is something you can maintain, and I'm going to explain to you guys how to maintain it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Before we fully get into the video, I want to explain to you guys that nothing is ever going to come easy. This requires a lot of work ethic, a lot of discipline, a lot of consistency, and there's no 5 minutes to abs, 5 minutes to getting ripped, none of that. This is not what this channel is going to be about. This is not what I want to teach you guys, and this is not the mindset that I want anyone watching this video to have. This is something that's going to take a lot of time, it's going to take effort, but honestly, it's really not that hard. It's more of how consistent can you stay with it? How long can you pursue it? Once you're able to master these things, honestly, you have to be driven. Just find anything that pisses you off, that drives you, and this is honestly going to be a piece of cake. Ask any dude that got his heart broken. It ain't that hard. Heartbreak leads to what? Aesthetics. And that's what I'm going to show you guys how to get. So let's get started and showing you the number 5 things. So the 5 things that I want to focus on in this video are the type of training I was doing, the scheduling and my split, how I trained, which exercises you should be doing first, as well as how hard should you be training each time. Should you be training to failure? Should you be going intermediate, have light days? How does all that work out? I'm going to be explaining to you guys that. And lastly, the dreaded one. Either you love it or hate it, but with me, I'm going to make sure you love it, and it is cardio. So now that we know that these 5 topics are what is going to be presented, and I'm going to explain to you guys everything in depth, starting off with number 1, training. To put on size and to get ripped, to get shredded, to get that physique that you want, you need to be focused on hypertrophy. Hypertrophy means you're going to be doing high reps for about 4 sets, and to medium to challenge. You're going to be doing it on honestly challenging weight. So maybe 70% your 1 rep max, 80% depending on what. And the most important thing is you're going to be training to failure. So once you put a weight that's about 80% your 1 rep max, you should be targeting 12 to 15 reps. And if you can, maybe even go to 20. The last rep has to destroy you. This is how it has to be. This is how you're going to destroy your muscles and put on size. A lot of people don't get this. They can't get it through their head that if you're not training that hard, you're not going to be breaking down the muscle enough to repair it, to force your body to want to repair it, to grow it. Now, how many times should you be training a week is also another important thing. I was training 7 days a week. In regards to school, there were some times where I had to take off to study, whatever. But mostly, you should be training at least 5 times a week. If not, focus on 7. Doesn't mean all 7 are going to be super hard days. That's not what we're going to do. You need your body to recover. But you should be training at least 5 days a week. Focusing on 4 exercises per muscle group. So I was hitting 2 muscle groups a day. With that, you should be targeting about, let's say, 20 to 25 sets of exercises per day and carrying on as well. You don't want to be wasting your time at the gym. Limit your talking, limit your rest to minute 30 max, especially the days where you're really going for hypertrophy. I'm going to be explaining to you guys the compounds related to pure isolation. For isolation, you should not be waiting more than 1.5 minutes to do your next set, because there's no strength involved in that. We're not trying to hit a very heavy weight. You need to be going at it right away. That is what put on size super quickly for me, and that's what I want you guys to focus on as well. So the way you guys organize your schedule and your split is entirely up to you. You can decide any day of the week, whatever you want to hit. Just make sure it makes sense. I followed the traditional way, which was Monday I was hitting chest and triceps. Tuesday I was moving on to legs, so lower body. So 2 push days back to back. Wednesday was my pull day, so back and biceps. And then I repeated it from Thursday to Saturday. And I made sure that Sunday was my active rest day. I was still working out, maybe doing a HIIT workout, or I was doing some form of calisthenics. But you guys should be focusing honestly on cardio. That's what I recommend to you guys. Just make sure that you're honestly you have something that makes sense and works with you, and you're going at it almost every day, if not, like I said, at least 5 days a week. Also, try to kick in, especially if you have a high body fat percentage right now and you really want to cut down. Try to be doing cardio 3 to 4 times a week. Focus on 3. If you really have that extra energy, do it a 4th time, and save it for the days that you're not going as hard. So out of 7 days, let's say there's 3 days that I was going super hard, training super hard to failure, and those days I would not do cardio. But the days where I know it was kind of medium to light, I felt like I still had more to give in, I would use that excess energy on cardio after my workout. Not before, but after the workout. Topic number 3. What exercises should you be guys doing first? This is so important, honestly, I found, especially when you're trying to build size and build strength. It's very important to organize your workout efficiently. The number one thing you guys should be doing on is first warming up. Make sure you do your warm up, especially if you're going to be going heavy that day. We don't want to get injured. The more you're injured, the less time you have to work out, the more you're off, and the more everything's going to slack. You don't want that. A lot of people, they go to the gym, they don't warm up at all. It bothers me. It's their problem though, honestly. Do a quick warm up your wrists, warm up your body. Even if you're hitting chest, I don't care, warm up your legs, warm up everything in your body. And dynamic warm-ups include any form of dynamic stretch, dynamic holds, maybe a light body weight workout, anything, some push-ups, some baseline squats, grabbing dumbbells and rotating your wrists, anything like that I recommend. So after the warm-up is done, you want to focus on your compound. Compound is the number one thing that you need in order to hit multiple muscle groups, but at the same time, it's usually involved in any form of heavy lifts, because we're not just training for size, we're training for strength. So if you're going to hit chest, I recommend you do bench press, flatter incline with a barbell. Do that, or even with dumbbell. Just do the compound stuff first. Do your, maybe if it's 1 or 2 exercises, do them, get your 8 sets done. Then you move on to isolating your muscle. After you have already fatigued multiple muscle groups, let's say your chest, shoulders, and your triceps, you move on to isolating your chest, and then you could concentrate, okay, next time maybe focus on triceps, they're already sore, you isolate them even more. You already know, you guaranteed yourself that you train hard, because you're going to break down the muscle group, the muscle fibers a lot, forcing them to repair better the next day. It's that simple. Once you do your compound, you're already breaking down all 3. Then once you move on to isolation, you're really targeting them when they're already sore. Another important one, topic number 4. How many times did I train to failure when I was training? A week, I would say around 3 to 4 times, depending on my energy. Keep in mind that you're going to be doing this while cutting. I'm assuming most of you are going to be cutting. You're not going to be bulking. I don't recommend bulking at all. How many times are you guys going to be training till failure a week? Personally, I was going 3 to 4 times, sometimes even 5. I don't recommend 5, but sometimes I was going 5 times a week, training till failure, really destroying myself. I recommend you guys go 3 starting off, because 4 and 5 is really extreme. You have other things going on in your life. It's going to be hard to have enough energy to do everything else when your body is constantly sore. So I recommend starting off with 3. No more than 20 reps, like mentioned before. Do not do more than 20 reps in a set. If you feel like 20 reps is still too easy, up the weight to ensure that you really are training till failure. So 3 times a week, training to failure. The other 3 times, medium to light day, depending on how you're feeling. And then that one day is going to be a cardio day. So just to remind you of the scheduling. Lastly, cardio. Number 5. Love and hate relationship with cardio. But what cardio works best? If you hate doing HIIT workouts, if you hate running on a treadmill, do sports. Find a sport that you love that's really active. Soccer, basketball. Those are my 2 favorite sports. Sports is a great way to not only have fun, play with other people, but also a great way to burn calories. Remember, calories in, calories out. So I recommend sports. If not, I recommend long distance running. I don't recommend HIIT as much, considering most people that are going to be starting off, you still don't even have a physique developed to handle the level of torture you're going to be dealing with for like 5 minutes, nonstop. HIIT workouts are more for seeing how much can you endure, really. It's more of a like CrossFit thing. It's not really, I don't recommend it for losing weight, honestly. You want to lose weight, do long distance cardio or go play sports. Pick a day on the weekend, Instead of going out doing something stupid, find some time, gather some friends, be like, hey guys, we're gonna go shoot some hoops, play pickup basketball, go sprint to soccer field, whatever it takes. Do that in order to ensure that, hey, throughout the week, I increase my chances of having a net calorie deficit. Just a reminder that this video, we're discussing more on the working out. We're not really discussing any of the nutrition. I'm leaving the nutrition for another video. Hopefully that's going to be the next one. One thing I also want to recommend to you guys is to not skip core. Do not work out your abs. A lot of people say, oh, don't worry about your abs. You just got to get to a low body fat percentage. They're right. If you're not at a low enough body percentage, you're not going to see your abs. That's correct. However, it does not mean that you should not train them. Just when you're training them, keep in mind, don't expect, hey, if I'm at like 22 body fat percentage, don't expect to train them and be like, oh yeah, look, I have abs. No. But train them in order to get not only your core stronger, but to develop the size of them. So that way, when you're 15%, instead of seeing them a little bit, you're going to see them more. When you're 13%, you see them popping even more. So you're fully shredded, you're going to look amazing. You don't want to have to be that guy who gets down to 8 to 9%, 10% body fat and barely sees their abs or has to go peak lighting. No. When you train legs, train core. Take it from me, because honestly, when you're squatting, doing any form of calisthenics training, so box jumps, plyometrics, stuff like that, any form of leg training, a lot of times you still are using your core, even deadlifts, RDLs. So once you already compounded your core, isolate it, destroy it after. It's that simple. So don't skip core. Please do it with your legs. Just like you're going to do any other workout, remember, compound, isolate. That's how it is. It's that simple. So these are the 5 things I wanted to discuss with you guys in this first ever video on how to get ripped, how to get shredded as fast as you can. It was more of a video explaining how to work out, honestly, in order to maximize efficiency. We didn't really go over any nutrition. Nutrition is the second biggest part. The effort is really 50-50. Abs are made in the kitchen. Absolutely. So nutrition is going to be the next video that we're going to be focusing on. And we're going to go more into calories in, calories out, what kind of diet should you do, what diet did I do, how many calories was I eating a day, all that stuff. I'm going to be going into that in the next video. This video, hopefully, I answered most of the questions you guys had to working out. I didn't show you any specific exercises to do. Perhaps in the future, I'm going to be making a plan or recommending the workouts that I did. However, you could find, I'm sure most of you Google the best exercise for chest, this and that. Do them. I recommended what compounds to start off with first. So I showed you guys how to schedule your routine. That's the most important part. Try to go as many times as you can a week, minimum 5 times. And yeah, train till failure, guys. This is a journey. Do not expect to have the dream physique you want in a month, 2 months. I was already kind of athletic, and it took me about 6 months, really. And this was full natural. This is not no supplements, none of that. So with all that being said, if you guys found any value in the video, please like and comment. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'm going to try to get back to you. And subscribe. If you subscribe, you're automatically a ninja in my clan. I don't got many ninjas right now, so the first ones are going to be the top tier ninjas. So you want to join the ninja clan, hit that subscribe button, and let's get at it. It's winter right now. Summer's going to be around the corner. I want to see what you guys can do in the next 6 months. Remember, stay hard, do whatever it takes, stay dangerous. Stay dangerous. Let's go.